UFC 280, baby.
I've been looking forward to this one. Probably the biggest card of the year.
Yes, after having 2 terrible cards, they are coming back with a banger.
Yes, and what a way to starve the people.
Yes, 100%.
It's like, I think this is like that first braai with beer after you have a fight.
After a weight cut, having a beer is just absolutely hitting the sweet spot every single time. But yeah, UFC Abu Dhabi, it's going to be crazy. We have an amazing fight card. We're going to start off with the prelims, which I think are just going through the names of these guys.
On a card of this size,
it's crazy. It's absolutely amazing. But I think the guy that is going to be working the hardest that night is going to be Bruce Buffer, because just looking at
I know who's on the card.
Mustafayev, Nishikawa, Turgo. I'm butchering all of these. Almeida is easy. Krylov, Uzdemir, Muradov, but. Actually, it's not that. It's fine.
Easy. It's like the whole Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
is fighting on this prelim.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bangers, but one of the first fights. Okay, it's the second fight on the card, but the one I'm really looking forward to is Muhammad Mokaev versus Malcolm Gordon, and I think that's going to be a great fight. Mokaev is very good. I think you're going to see a classic Dagestani style, take him down, finish him on the ground.
Suffocating wrestling.
Yes, I think you're gonna actually see that quite a lot during this fight card.
If he has if I always say if he has a like a Muslim or Middle Eastern sounding first name and a Eastern Europe second name, you're in for a suffocating time.
Yes,
you're in for a hard night if you fight someone like that.
You can already imagine the type of facial expression and the type of look, the beard. Some may have hair, some don't.
Like I'm thinking buzz cut, beard, no stash.
Yes,
black. Obviously black hair as well.
Oh, I thought.
No.
Okay, so I think I have Muhammad Mokaev on that one.
Same.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. Then we have another middleweight fight. I'm not even gonna bet on that. We have another Nurmagomedov on the card.
Hey.
Yeah, Abu Bakr. I'm probably just he's fighting a 13-1 opponent, and he also has a name that I can't pronounce. So that's gonna be a banger.
I looked at him a bit. I've got money on Nurmagomedov, but for the money, he's not. Yeah, it's like he's like -1. I think he's like times 1.4 times 1.3.
So it's really not worth it.
It's actually not worth it, especially fighting an opponent of that caliber.
Yeah, and then. Yeah, so then we have like a lightweight fight, featherweight fight, and then we have the light heavyweight fight, Volkan Oezdemir versus Nikita Krylov. And I think that is a banger of a fight. I rate both of them, but I think Krylov edges it.
I think Krylov edges it?
Yes, okay. I really do think so.
Okay, what was his last fight?
Let me just make sure.
Because I mean, Oezdemir had a fantastic performance.
Alexander Gustafsson.
Oh, but Gustafsson. It's not prime Gustafsson, but he did run over him.
Yeah, he lost against Paul Craig.
Okay.
And before Paul Craig, he lost against Ankalaev, which is not a bad loss, you know. So he's been fighting killers for a while. He beat Johnny Walker.
Okay.
He lost against Ankalaev. He lost against Paul Craig and then beat Alexander Gustafsson. So. That's going to be a cool fight. I really hope they keep it standing.
Yeah.
I hope it's a standing fight.
Oezdemir is more in form for me.
Do you think so?
Yes. Yeah. I would say he's probably more in form, more coming with some more momentum into this fight, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Well, Oezdemir, his last fight was...
For the money.
Paul Craig.
And I think he beat Paul Craig.
Yes, he beat Paul Craig. So MMA math is just telling me that...
Oezdemir, but you're thinking for the money, go underdog.
I really do think... Okay. I do think it's worth a shot. Just, I'm never doing a parlay again. Never. ever. It just never works.
Parlay on this fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might do a parlay on like the top 3 guys. Oh shit, I'm not allowed to bet anymore.
Yes, you aren't.
You're going to do a parlay.
I'm going to do a parlay.
But it's not with my money. It's
no.
Like, I just want the win. I don't want the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just want to...
Shit, I forgot. Like...
That was literally this morning. Did you hear it from them? Did you like get a mail this morning from the UFC?
The
telling
new
you,
code of conduct, yeah. So, yeah,
That's a bummer.
that sucks.
Well, you can still.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I like winning. I like if I win money, that's a bonus. I just want to be right.
Well, listen, we're still
So-
gonna do betting breakdowns and stuff like that.
100%.
Like it doesn't. You're not gonna bet on the fights, but I mean,
Just
you can still
use
give advice.
your life savings on
Yes,
our
use
picks.
everything. Like your
Please don't.
child's college fund, throw it into our betting picks. That's how confident I. No, please don't.
Don't do
Please
that.
Don't do that.
so okay, I think for the money, I think Krylov is the
Okay,
go-to guy.
okay.
Yes, if I was a betting man.
If you were a betting man, yeah.
And we have Mahmoud Muradov, which I rate highly.
Mm-hmm.
I really think he edges it against that Sal Barolo. I don't know how to say. I'm just butchering his name.
Kyle Barala.
Kyle, yes.
I think that's Kyle. It's Kyle.
Kyle? Yeah, whatever.
It looks.
But
It kind of looks like a mix between Paulo Costa and Charlie Olives.
yes. Yeah, he does. That's weird. And he has a little bit of a mixture of Henry Cejudo's coach in there as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
is another one of his?
Yes.
Sure.
But yeah, that's a very cool fight. Although Barol, look, his record is 12-1.
I think Boral called out Drickers.
Yeah. Get out of here. And then just how this fight is not on the main card is absolutely
Well,
it's
people don't like Bilal. That's how.
no, but still, this is a crazy fight.
It's a welterweight contender fight.
Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady. It's an absolute banger. 21-3 is Bilal Muhammad, and then 15-0 is Sean Brady. I have Sean Brady
Same.
all day, every day.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, Bilal has a really suffocating as he takes you down
Yeah.
and just keeps you there slowly.
Yes.
He's not a guy that gets a TKO in my opinion. Like he'll take you down and he'll keep you there.
Yeah.
Doing that with Sean Brady is going to be one hell of a challenge.
With his jiu-jitsu, like his takedown defense, I think that's going to be a rough night for Bilal. And he has, I think, the best tattoos in the UFC.
I don't know the odds on that one actually.
Yeah, I also don't know the odds.
I think it's probably very very even. If I had
It
to
should
guess.
be, yeah. But that's one of the fights where, like, I don't even care what the odds are. I'm going with Brady. So,
No, just as a Brady fan.
yeah, just as
Well,
a Brady.
he beat Lee. Well, he edged Lee.
Yeah,
And Lee is also a really good wrestler.
yeah. But I think he still gets it done.
Yes, okay.
Then women's flyweight, we have Caitlin Chukagian versus Manon for I don't know how to say her surname. Ferrot.
Firot?
Manon. We have Lady Manon.
Lady Manon.
She was actually in the UFC. She fought
Oh,
here.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she beat Amanda Lino for the EFC title, and then she went over to the UFC and has been on an absolute tear. I think Caitlin Chukagian, although she is very experienced, I think she's a bit on a decline.
I wanted to say, I think she's over the mountain.
Yeah, so although she did win against Amanda Ribas in her last fight, I do think just the Manon, I think her stand-up is just too good. I think really she outstrikes her, and I think her takedown defense is good enough
Good enough to stop Chukagian.
100%.
What surname is that? Where does Chukagian?
Chukagian.
Where does that come from?
I have no
I'm not going to
idea.
make assumptions.
But like I said, I think this explains a lot. Like, Bruce Buffer is going to have a terrible time.
Chukagian.
If he's as bad as us pronouncing.
Can you imagine, like... Oopsie. Can you imagine how bad it is, like, being like an announcer or something, and you go out there, you really try your best, and you just get flamed on the internet for the way you... like.
But I don't think Buffer gets flamed
No, he
a lot.
doesn't. He
Yeah.
doesn't. The commentators do.
They get
I
flamed.
know DC gets flamed a lot.
yes.
People don't like DC as a commentator. Yeah. well-
Okay, Benil Dariush taking on Matthias Gamrot.
Ooh.
This is a great fight.
I like Gamrot.
I also like Gamrot.
Yo.
I really rate him.
Dariush is really good, but
Yeah.
I mean his last fight I think was against Ferguson, wasn't it?
Yes.
He beat
It's a
Ferguson
decision.
handedly.
Yeah.
Like I really think he dominated that fight. But it's Ferguson, and Ferguson's getting old. I really like Gamrot.
I think Gamrot has been I think he has more momentum going into this fight.
Yeah.
You know, and he's had quick finishes, scary finishes. It's some of those fights. I think one of them were like a Kimura finish, like really quickly into the first round. And he fought Arman Sarukian in that absolute war where he won by decision. This is a great fight. I think the momentum is with Gamrot.
Yeah, I'm leaning Gamrot as well.
I actually don't know what the odds are, but again, that's one of the fights where I'm like,
very equal again.
yeah, but it's also one of those, I don't care what the odds are. Like, I'm pretty confident Gamrot takes it.
Take it, okay?
If I was a betting man.
Matthias Gamrot.
Then, the next three. Bangers. Absolute bangers.
Oh, let's go, baby.
And the next one is Peter Yan versus Sean O'Malley. Great fight. Absolute. Just like when it was announced, everyone was like, what? This is absolutely insane. How could the math don't make sense?
Yeah.
And then the closer you get to the fight, you're like, holy shit. Like, Sean O'Malley can walk out with us.
Yes.
He can beat him.
Sean is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a kickboxer.
Yeah. My initial thoughts was, you know, Peter Yan. 100%. No doubt.
Yes.
You can't change my mind. Peter Yan beats him. And then I was like, as I watched footage and watched the build up and check the interviews, and I'm like, man, okay, it's hard to bet against Sean O'Malley. It's one of those guys that I don't think it's a bad idea betting against him. Peter Yan as well. So
you can't. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't bet against Peter Yan.
that's
Ooh.
something that my coach actually told me, which is very true, and it's actually quite scary that like it was his initial thought is Sean O'Malley wants you on his back foot. He likes counter striking. He's very good at that. He likes setting up. He's long. He uses his range very, very well. Peter Yan does not know how to go backwards.
He marches forward and he swangs.
He comes to fight, but it's one of those things where like Sean O'Malley is so accurate on his back foot, accurate in general. I think like that's the only problem I have with this fight is like he can get caught.
How good is Peter Yan getting into the pocket?
Absolutely amazing. I think he's one of the most. I think he is the most composed fighter.
Sean O'Malley can't deal with Yan in the pocket.
Yeah,
no ways. But can he keep him out of the pocket?
That's also the thing. And also, like, if it goes to the ground, I think
no, they're gonna keep it standing.
I really hope so. I think they should put a clause in there, no foot, like you do not go to the ground.
Sean, there's no way Sean goes to the ground. No way.
Maybe he surprises us. Maybe he goes. Like, there's like a whole part of his game we haven't seen yet,
That's
and
true.
I think
That's true.
People are very easy to judge. Okay, say the guy does only stand up. It's like, no, he's only a stand up fighter. It's just because he hasn't had the chance to go to the ground.
Sean actually has some underrated jiu-jitsu.
That's the thing. And also, like Peter Yan, most of his fights stay standing. Obviously, his fight with Aljamain was a very wrestling heavy scramble. So there's already a type of blueprint on how to beat Peter Yan.
But Yan he can scramble. It's just Aljo really is such a good. He's like he's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Yeah.
Sean doesn't have that level of jiu-jitsu. He doesn't have that level of control.
Yeah.
Boxing, if there was a boxing match, Yan. If this was 5 rounds, Yan.
Yes.
If this was if one of those two, Peter Yan. Because it's 3 rounds, Sean O'Malley hits hard, he hits accurate.
Yeah.
It's difficult to bet against.
It's such a difficult call. Again,
I don't have money on it.
My heart. Oh, really? no money.
I'm
okay.
leaving this one.
I also don't.
But I mean, you bet on these fights before the clause came in. Like, I'm sure the UFC will be like, listen, if you bet on this like 2 weeks ago,
it's not true. Yeah, that's actually interesting. Like, what happens now if you already placed?
I'm sorry.
Hypothetically, if you,
of course. Like, what now?
If you already placed some bets, but I like them both. Like, MMA wins in this fight.
For the money,
yeah,
Sean is not a bad pick. Like, I think he's like plus 200 or plus 240 or something like that. For the money, Sean is not a bad pick.
I was actually speaking to my tailor. Shout out, go to the smoke.
You got a tailor.
Yeah, I got a tailor. But he got on the Sean train quickly. Like when the odds open, he put money down on Sean.
Okay, wow.
And that's and it also made sense. Like his momentum is there. You know, Peter Yan is coming off a loss. He's at that age where for a bantamweight he's getting old, so he's maybe on the decline. So it makes sense putting money on Sean.
The other thing is, you know who else is really good from the back foot, really accurate, really technical, is Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah.
And Peter,
Yes.
that was over 5 rounds, wasn't
That
it?
was 5 rounds.
That was 5 rounds.
Yeah. And he was patient. He was downloading data. That's also the thing. Peter Yan is a slow starter, and I think like Sean isn't. He really comes out of the gate
If
pretty
you take
quickly.
round 1, 2, and 3 of the Sandhagen-Piotr fight,
Yeah.
Sandhagen won it.
Yes, 100%.
But I mean, obviously, Peter didn't put on he didn't put that pace on.
he switched to 6 gear from round 3.
Yes,
Then he was
and
like,
then he
okay, let's
put it on him.
Yes, 100%. So it is such a appealing fight.
Dude, but okay. Think the pace. Let's say we condense everything. Let's say Piotr, okay, Jan, you need to download only half of the first round. That's your download data. Then he has 2.5 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the pace that guy can come in, like in 3 rounds instead of 5. Because he's only had 5 rounders for the longest time. This is his first 3 rounds.
Imagine he can go to 6 gears from the walkout.
Exactly. He can go
Yeah.
to like not even 6 gear. He can go to 7th.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like
That
the
is
pace-
such a cool fight. It just makes sense.
The pace Jan can put on him is insane. That was a bit early.
That's load shedding.
That was so early. What the fuck? This was 20 minuten te vroeg.
Yeah. Let's continue. Sorry, guys, for the guys just listening. Our power just died. For the guys on YouTube, you're gonna have a little bit.
It's a little bit darker from this stage, but
Yeah.
I like to call it moody.
It's more intense now.
It's more
going into
intimate.
this. Here in South Africa, we have a thing called load shedding. It's absolutely wonderful. They purposefully put off your power in order to save it.
It's called power rationing. Basically.
It's literally that. This.
Luckily,
sucks.
everything's battery operated except this overhead light
This,
now.
yeah.
But this is fine. This is intimate. This is lekker.
And now, okay, so final
way too
predictions. Like under pressure, 3, 2, 1, pick one.
Shit. Jan in third.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's man. Okay, for the sake of this,
I cannot bet against Peter.
that makes sense. I'm gonna shift my pick. I'm going with Sean O'Malley.
Okay.
I think he
Decision?
gets it.
TKO?
I think Sean O'Malley gets the decision.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley by decision.
Yeah.
That's interesting. If I had to go Sean, I would say early finish.
Oh really?
Mm.
No, I think he edges it. I think
Okay.
Peter Yan is just so durable and tough
He is
to put away.
durable.
Now that it's intimate, we can go into the co-main event.
Okay.
And we have Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw. I think we're going to agree on this one.
TJ.
It's a hard fight, but we're going to go with Mr. EPO himself,
Yeah.
TJ Dillashaw.
I mean, TJ, let's forget about his gas tank completely.
Yes.
Because for all we know, he was gassed. He was like juiced through all of his old fights. Let's just but you have to assume that.
Yes.
I doubt he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was on EPO for all of them. If I had to guess, I think it was only for the last one, which he lost anyway.
Yes.
He was on EPO. I don't think he was against EPO against like Burao, isn't it?
Well, we don't know that.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think he was on EPO against Garbrandt. I really don't. I like to believe that. At least. But let's throw away his gas tank and just concentrate on the footwork,
Yes.
the technique, the takedowns.
I think he matches him in the wrestling. I think
Mm-hmm.
TJ's ground is just as good as Aljamain's.
Jiu-jitsu wise.
Yes, I do
Sure,
think so.
okay.
And I do think he edges him in the stand-up exchanges.
Okay.
So I'm going with TJ.
How?
How do you mean?
How do you think DJ wins this?
I think he finishes him in the later rounds. So
Okay.
after 3 rounds,
Okay.
championship round finishes.
I'm gonna go a little bit different.
Okay.
TJ, I actually, this is directly from Dan Hardy, but I'm like attaching myself to this where I'm like, yes.
That makes
yes,
sense.
That makes so much sense. TJ is a guy that slips you onto a head kick like this.
Yes.
He's so good at like, you think you're here and then you're dead.
Yes.
And Aljamain is a guy that likes to slip. I can see that head kick coming off of him before the championship rounds.
Okay.
I'm saying before round 3. So
Okay.
in betting terms, under 2.5, Dillashaw by TKO.
Okay.
That's my
Great.
bet for it.
Awesome. That's great. And then the one we've been waiting for. Du Bronx versus Makachev.
For the money. For the money. How can you not go Charles Oliveira?
Yeah, it does not make sense.
He's-
Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe he got injured.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think the only thing that can really like a scale is the only thing that can mess up this fight, because
Yeah.
this is gonna be it's gonna be a banger.
Dude, but the killers he's fought, the killers he's beat. Makhachev has never been in there with a guy anywhere close to Olive's level.
Yeah, and Olives is on an absolute tear.
on a tear.
He's on a tear. If he beats him, do you think he goes down as a lightweight goat?
Absolutely. I think if Oliveira wins this fight, he is, in my opinion, a greater lightweight than Khabib.
Khabib, yeah,
I think so.
I agree 100%. I think there's a whole nation that will disagree, but but imagine how perfect it would be if. Oh, that's also one thing I wanted to say. If Charlie Olives could have if he can speak English, he would be the biggest star in MMA.
Yeah.
Like, just watching the translations of what he says, it's golden nuggets every single time.
Okay, I'm going to
every
disagree
time.
with you there. I think it's cooler because it's in Portuguese.
But imagine just like if he spoke that well in English,
That's
so
true.
that everyone can understand him. Because not a lot of
Okay,
people
but
can
I
read.
don't need to. I like the way the Portuguese sounds on it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
aggressive.
It's
like
so aggressive. It's so inspiring.
yes,
But I mean, we are both. I've converted to Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
After the Gaethje fight, I was like, this guy.
yeah. I've been a massive fan for a while, but he's just on an absolute tear. It's so hard to bet against him, and I'm not.
I'm not betting against it.
So I think Charlie Olives gets it done.
I think Charlie finishes him.
Yeah,
I think Charlie finishes Islam
I really-
Makhachev. That's over 5 rounds.
I also think he finishes him.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet like over under, like over 3 rounds
Okay.
under.
what I'm
but-
actually betting so far,
Yes.
is I'm betting TJ within under 2.5. That's
Yeah.
a bet. What I'm betting is Islam Makhachev, Olives by finish. I'm gonna put money down on
Yes.
that. Those two are, and I'm gonna parlay those two.
Okay.
That's gonna be
Okay,
like
cool.
times 10.
Yes. That's gonna be great. I'm not allowed to bet, but if I would have,
Yeah, if you had to pick.
if like a friend of mine had an account or anything, I would go Charlie Olives.
Okay.
Straight bet. Charlie Olives gets a finish.
Okay.
Okay. That's I'm not parlaying any of these. TJ Dillashaw. I'm gonna go with Sean O'Malley.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Gamrot.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Manon. And I think those are like, and then obviously I'm gonna go with Mukayev
Okay.
on the prelims.
If I had to have, let's say, I'm going to take my
And Sean
craziest-
Brady, Sean
Brady. My crazy parlay of the night is as following: Nurmagomedov. I'm going him. I'm going Uzdemir
Yes.
as my. I'm going Sean Brady. I'm going Olives, TJ, and Hamrod. That's my 6
That's
fight
your
parlay.
ultimate, like for shits and giggles, put 25 rand on
Yes,
it,
if
check
it's
what
that
happens.
much.
Yes.
Like that's a times 20 parlay.
Yes.
Easy. And I really believe it can hit.
Yeah.
That's something I believe can hit.
It's such a great event. I absolutely cannot wait. We'll probably, I think the main card is starting at 8.
At
here.
8 o'clock South
Yeah.
African time.
So now I'm like,
Baby.
I'm in between, because we're in camp. We have strict sleeping schedules. So now I'm like, can I break can I catch up the sleep
Yes.
in like during the day and then
So
enjoy?
if you were to watch the entire main card, you would probably go to sleep at like 1. Maybe a little bit before.
Yeah,
Between
no,
12
it will
and
be
1.
yeah, it will be 12. 12
Between
o'clock.
12 and 1,
Yeah.
I would say.
Hopefully
is
we
not
get some
bad.
quick finishes, like just like
I go to
finish
sleep
by
between-
10.
I go to sleep between 12 and 1 anyway.
yeah.
This
So
is-
you're good to go.
It's Tuesday to me.
But yeah, what a bang of a card. I'm so looking forward to it. I wish that's one of the fight cards that I really wish I was there.
Yeah.
I wish I was there live to watch it.
When are you going to post your Charles Oliveira photo?
Oh, it's fight week. Thank you for reminding me. We're gonna be posting it when this comes out. I'll
Yes.
probably post it on Thursday.
You've been saying to me, I don't know if you said it on the pod, but you've definitely been saying to me, yes, I can't wait for fight week. I just want to post the photo.
Yes, I want to post a photo of Charlie Olives. He's an absolute unit. You know, like
Yeah, he's big.
meeting
He's
him
big.
in person, and obviously when you take photos of the guy, you always feel like the thickness. You know,
Yes,
like,
yes.
It might.
He's a bigger guy than
I
Islam.
was fondling him for the stats, you know,
Yes.
just to feel like, okay, how strong is he?
Yes,
How
yes,
strong
just
is he
to,
really?
Just to try and feel how much.
And
how
it
much,
was like hugging this wall.
Yes.
It's
Do you
like
think? So Cam Simon not big enough for lightweight.
no, no, not at all. No, he's a size lightweight, and I haven't hugged Islam Makhachev yet. So
Yes.
like,
You would.
I have to go. I have to go with Olives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That
just,
that makes a lot of sense.
just by the.
He's such a cool guy. Like
He's such a cool.
he's
guy.
a bit weird. I must say some of the things he does is a little bit strange, but you have to respect it.
I saw a video of him like going to a bull riding parade,
Yes,
festival
yes.
party type of thing, and I was just with like a red.
A pimp coat.
Yeah, it was literally a pimp coat, and yeah, I was like, yeah, that's an interesting style.
He's like he has that favela energy,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
But you can see like that man's balling.
Yeah,
He's
100%. Especially, he's not. I think he balls much more in Brazil than he does in the States.
Dude, I think it's pretty much the same as. Can you imagine you make UFC champion money and you get that type
Yeah.
of money, but you live in South Africa? I think it's
Yes.
kind of the same thing.
That's another reason why the UFC should come to South Africa. It's just like they will be balling here.
Yes.
It's so cheap for them.
Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea the night out you can have? Like if you're a UFC fighter and
Yeah.
you make that kind of like you
Yes.
make top 10 money.
Yes.
The type of night you can have. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just stay away from Mitchell's Plain.
No, it's like if I had to say like the nicest beach in Cape Town, yes, there's a few great white sharks there. Mitchell's Plain is super nice. Like
No.
yes, that's the sharky area. Like you might die
Yeah.
because of sharks. But it's a nice beach. It's a nice place.
I really hope Olives doesn't get dragged into deep waters with Islam Makhachev. Like I that's just one thing I do not want to happen.
Okay. Do you think it's possible to drag Charlie Olives into deep waters?
No, that's also the thing. Like I don't think it's, but I think my heart is just too excited for this fight, and I want him to win so much that it can still happen.
Yeah.
Every single time, like when Khabib fights, it's just like we know he's gonna win, but it's gonna be by strangulation after taking the guy down, smothering him.
So sometimes when I've put money on fights now, I get this feeling like shit, you're wrong.
Oh yes, yeah,
When I pick a fight and I'm like, I think I'm wrong.
yeah.
I had this with Sterling Jan too, because I picked Jan and then last minute I was like, I'm gonna listen to the gut. I'm gonna put on Sterling.
Okay.
And that hit.
Yes,
Same with Blachowicz Teixeira. I was like, no, Blachowicz, easy.
yes.
And then just before the fight, I was like, shit, I think Teixeira's gonna win.
That's crazy.
I got that exact same thing, and Teixeira won.
Okay, so we must update everyone when you place your bets.
Yes.
We'll update everyone on the page to make sure.
Friday, you let the people know
Yes.
about my gut
Well-
feeling because it's rarely wrong.
We'll let them know if anything changes.
Yes. I had that feeling with Leon Edwards and Usman.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Usman's going to steamroll him.
I had money on Leon.
Every single fiber in my being says Usman. I was like, shit, I think Leon's going to win.
Yes.
But I mean, I didn't have that against Colby Covington, and I really wanted Colby to win. But I went in there, I was like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So once the
Mate,
gut feeling hits,
Yes. So we'll listen to your guts on Friday.
Yes,
and
we
we'll,
can.
We'll update anyone that wants to bet except myself.
I don't have that feeling about Olives and Makhachev at all.
Confident.
I'm really confident.
Sticking
in,
to your
in,
guns.
in Olives. Oh
Okay,
yes.
great.
Oh yes.
Okay. You hear that? Put your life savings on it
On Olives.
because the gut, it doesn't lie.
The gut don't lie, and don't only put it on Oliveira. Go a step further.
Parlay it.
Parlay it with method of winning. So parlay your life savings into Olives by finish, as well as TJ under 2.5. Everything. Put everything in there.
Everything. Like,
Isn't TJ?
sell your mom's jewelry.
That's a title fight as well. Yeah, it's 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
Great fight.
Great fight. Can't wait.
Great time to be a sports fan. Great time to be a UFC fan. Great time to be an Olives fan.
Great time to be a fight fan. I mean,
Yeah.
Versus is also next month.
Versus is next month. That's going to be great. I cannot wait
Yes.
to drop the commentating knowledge.
I'm taking like our software development team.
I'm so glad you guys bought a table. That's
Oh.
going to be so sick.
Like, these people have never been to a fight.
Yeah.
They don't know the UFC at all.
That's great.
And I'm like, no,
They're going to have so much fun.
you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
Trust me.
You're just forcing them to have fun because you're their boss.
No, it's a team decision.
And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Apologies, but if you want to send a rude letter, do that to Eskom because they're the guys that do this.
Also, send that to Cameron Simon at 060.
Just don't. Awesome. Leave when you do it.
Cheers, people.
Cheers.